Next up on the list, we have another, I wouldn't say great. I would, in the forms of maybe a knockoff version of like Wish and a Timu, Roman Reigns, also known as like the One in Reigns. This dude, Denis, runs somewhat of a stream. Actually, if you've known like really bad 80s and 90s cartoons, like the commercials, that's pretty much like what you get over there. But some notes about Denis, guys. He's actually famous. He's done backup roles to Keanu Reeves. Denis, how's the kung fu working? Anyway, Denis, honestly, you look like a dude that two hippies had sex in the 80s and had a kid, and they named him Denis. Denis is such a lightweight, guys. When we were in Philadelphia, this guy had one drink, and he was trying to hit up to the Black Yoshi market. I don't really understand what he was doing there, but, you know, I couldn't really understand it. He tried to start fighting me. It wasn't really cohesive. You would think if being friends with Blacklisted, right? You guys all know Blacklisted, one of the great solo PvPers of the Outlands. Denis is great friends with him. How can you be so fucking shitty at PvP when you have such a great PvP friend, Denis? What the fuck? Get some lessons, dude. Anyway, please welcome our dude, the one in Denis. Let's go.
Thank you, Ganthrone. It's so nice of you to take time away from squirreling around back and forth of your desk to host this roast. Now, while I deliver my set, I'm gonna need you to stay calm and not get turned on. So just sit back in your chair, which I hear puts it all right where I need it. Oh. And yes, it is I, Santa Claus, so you can stop going around and screaming your inquisitions. God. No, it is I, the one and Denis. And thank you, Pwnstarr, for inviting me to the Roast of Pwn, and happy birthday. Who would have thought? 47 years old and still playing an MMORPG from 1997. You soulless ginger fuck. After taking a look around and seeing who's here, I suddenly don't feel like the biggest fucking loser in the room. The one gang is here, Zemeckis and Iwar. Zemeckis, surprisingly, I have no idea who the fuck you are either. I know of Robert Zemeckis, who created such classics as Back to the Future, The Polar Express, Castaway, and, well, others. Surprisingly, I too share a name with a famous movie composer, Alan Silvestri, the guy who did the sound for Avengers movies and so many more over the last 30 years. So, it's a good reminder that we both are the lowest forms of our name. I mean, shit, it doesn't get any lower than playing UO, right? Oh yeah, and I forgot about RuneScape players. Oh, and Iwar? Real quick, Iwar, I had no idea who you are before this. I just assumed you were some random Russian guy with a name like Iwar, so just bear with me here. And Iwar, Iwar, what the fuck are you trying to cosplay with a name like that? A tabbed version of an iPad with Come and See playing on it? Here, yet just another avatar I'm not familiar with, but that's most likely because I play Outlands by simply sitting at Jack's Pond, jerking off the sandwiches and sausage videos. And speaking of food, Legenis is here. Surprisingly, he took time out of his day of accepting mistaken trades of Prevcoin to show up for some food, but little does he know it's not that kind of roast. Legenis is a nice guy, but the state police want you to know that since you shaved your mustache, you're now not allowed within 500 feet of the school, instead of the old amount of 750. So see, progress, man. And Sir Pubert, who surprisingly isn't here, sad, but you are the most annoying motherfucker I have ever stumbled upon. Your presence actually makes me want to use the services that the Erica Legacy provides to people. It's no wonder that you've become the star of the charity streams, because when presented with the opportunity to slay your avatar cinematically, well, that was an opportunity I could not pass up, 00 Pubert. Oxford, I don't see Oxford out here either, but I had Oxford written, so. Oxford, it is fun to see you restoring that Volkswagen car on stream. Little did I know that it was for your son, so he can run over Happy Gilmore in his upcoming sequel. It's been awesome to pay $40,000 a year for your kid to fuck bitches nonstop and study Shakespeare. Well, I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of that deal. 4 degrees I'm not fucking paying for. And if your son's college experience was anything like mine, well, he's not getting into heaven either. One thing I love about your streams is your 3D printing capabilities. I still remember the day you 3D printed your wedding bands out for you and Dorian. Twitch really dropped the ball on that. That shit could have been front page material. And don't worry, no one's gonna come and take away your rights. Mustache Gaming is here, which is surprising as fuck considering he's been AFK for months. Rumors are that he's been giving Owen the longest mustache ride of his life. But after a little digging on the gram, it's clear that he and his son have been training for glory at competitive pickleball. Now, I'm a guy with 2 theater degrees, but that last sentence has to be the gayest thing I have ever said. And if my recent clips prove anything, I say some pretty shit. On a side note, there's something that Mustache has in common with Ving Rhames, is that they both have the meats. Bear's here. Bear... One second. I just gotta take another drink. Bear. Sorry, I love you. Bear, you are proof that autistic people can succeed in the military. If I was just watching your VODs without sound or chat replay, I would see a fully grown adult eating crayons, jumping in pools in bear costumes, and you shitting in the woods of Avedon. I have never seen a man who has done so many questionable things and have so much proof of him getting laid. Dude, for fuck's sake, pull out every once in a while. We won the election. The numbers are there. We don't need to overdo it. Think of your wife, man. Just because the doctors pushed the eject button on her tummy doesn't mean you need to fill it back up again. And the one and Denis is here, well, because why the fuck wouldn't he? He lives at home with his fucking mom and he works as a custodian at a college. What the fuck else could be going on in his life besides gloating about the last election or getting me too'd by some fat chicks from Carl the Linden's chat? There is no doubt that I have terrible skin. Every time I look in the mirror, I see my face covered in ugly scars. But that's actually just the rope stains from theater school. I'm proof that you can be the biggest piece of shit and still have the biggest heart. Because with an amazing contributions from like Pwnstarr and several others, even some present here in this roast, we have managed to raise a lot of money for good causes, and that leads me to the man of the night, Pwnstarr Gaming. Pwnstarr always greets people, and Pwnstarr always greets people in his YouTube videos with "Hail Adventurers," which I think is very fitting because after getting to know you personally and finding out who you voted for, the only person you're hailing is Hitler. I think that I used to think that the white part of your beard was just from you drooling and staining from drinking beers of the week as you would play UO or Warcraft. It'd just overflow a bit and stain. But after attending my first Pwnstarr meetup, I learned that cum stains affect more than just my bed sheets. Pwnstarr likes to have meetups in different parts of the country where he would invite viewers that he met on the internet to attend a Renaissance fair or explore a city. Let's just take a second to explore this crazy concept. Pwn would invite community members, viewers, filled with middle-aged rednecks, closeted gay men, and fatties, all from a 1997 MMORPG wizard game, to get wild in random cities across the country. Crazy. Pwnstarr is basically the white P. Diddy, just, without the talent, money, or, baby oil. I was right to be suspicious when I saw the first person to RSVP to the Philly meetup was a man named Golden Bear. And guys, let me tell you, it's not because he doesn't rock that name just because he's made of 24 karat gold, all right? Yeah, just do the math, you'll get the equation. My only memory from that first night is puking and consuming wonton soup with that man. I've never been with a group of guys who have said, let's go get some fucking sushi after pounding beers and consuming stolen carrot cake. That's right, Pwnstarr stole a man's carrot cake at a bar that was named after a bitch. Yeah, if you were at that bar, you would understand that joke. That's the kind of shit you get into with this 5'1" man. Absolute insanity. And by the way, he stole that birthday cake on another man's birthday. So someone needs to break into Pwnstarr's house right now and steal his birthday cake, all right? It only got to come full circle, guys. All right, but that second night of the Philadelphia meetup is what I wanted to talk to you about, Pwnstarr. At one moment, you were the one choosing the bars for us. And you know what Pwnstarr did, guys? Pwnstarr picked the finest establishment for us. Smack dab in the middle of the gayborhood. Yeah, hook it up in Philadelphia. It only took us about 15 minutes to realize it. So keep that in mind when Vegas is coming up, boys. I hear the main reason we're staying at the Excalibur is to see the show there. Thunder from Down Under. And if you don't understand that joke, you will once you walk around the lobby of the Excalibur. Get ready for some shirtless men, boys and girls. Well, the girls might like it, yeah. And Pwnstarr, after all these years, I don't even know what the hell your name means. I mean, well, after looking at how it's spelled, I conclude that one hard R just wasn't enough for you, was it? You just had to have two. Typical UO hoarder. With all that being said, you are considered the godfather of UO, and I hope they mean Godfather, aka Luke Wilson from Old School, because if you're anything like that other Godfather, we're about to see the second and third installment of your life suck ass. And there's also a lot of crying in that. Lame. Not as good as the first one. Pretty much up until when Sonny dies. Never mind, that's not the point. Thank you for allowing me to exploit you in the name of charity. And keep doing what you're doing, man. Your videos, they re-invoke feelings in people that seek out an old game they played when they were kids, maybe when they were young adults, even anything. And it defined what MNOs are capable of, and it defined a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, a lot of marriages. I know you guys talked about Blacklisted tonight. Pretty sure he met his wife on UO. There's been so many other people out there who've done it. It's an amazing game. I'm happy that it's in my life, and I'm happy that there's content creators like you out there who make the game relevant again and allow people to see it. I'm happy to call you a friend and a fellow co-collaborator, and I would love to cheers you and say happy birthday, my friend. So everyone raise your glass right now for this great man.
Yeah, pour your fucking shots. That was great, Denis. That was fucking great. Pour your fucking shots.
Pwnstarr is a legend. He has been recognized in bars randomly. No paid actors were involved in random cities that I've encountered with him. And you should all come out to Vegas this March. Thank you, Pwnstarr. Keep doing it, brother. Happy birthday.
Cheers.
They're all jokes, guys. I love you all. Thank you.
We have to follow that?
Sorry.
Well, I'm just glad I'm just a fucking roast master.